Mystique is one of the most well-known X-Men villains in Marvel Comics, but her origin story is a bit more complicated than that. Join me on day 7 of my Superhero Pride Month challenge, and let's talk nerdy about the gender-fluid, shape-shifting mutant liberator, Mystique. But before we get into that, go ahead and leave the answer in the comments below to this question. Mystique took the form of someone close to you, and you have to find out who it is. How do you do it? Mystique made her first comic book appearance in Ms. Marvel issue number 18, and Raven Darkholme, aka Mystique, had a very mysterious life. We don't know much about it. All that we do know is that at the age of 12, her shape-shifting powers began to emerge. And on top of that, it granted her an extremely long lifespan. And as a shape-shifting mutant, Raven would spend a lot of her time in hiding. That is until she met Irene Adler, aka Destiny, who is also a mutant who could predict the future. The two of them would fall in love, and together they would use Destiny's prophecies to prevent horrible things from happening, specifically towards mutants. Raven took on the name Mystique, and would often use extreme tactics in order to achieve her objectives in following Destiny's prophecies. So if innocent people gotta be blown up, well, that's what she's doing. So how exactly does Mystique's shape-shifting work? So Mystique can instantly alter the formation of her cells, allowing her to appear as any male, female, humanoid, or semi-humanoid perfectly. Like, she'll have your exact fingerprints, your eye retinas, heck, even your birthmarks. Like, it is dead on. And what's extra crazy is she can even make herself look like she's wearing clothes, because technically she's naked all the time. So anytime you see Mystique wearing clothes, that's actually her skin. That's crazy. On top of that, she is a master martial artist, able to compete with the likes of Black Widow and Captain America, and she has enhanced strength, speed, agility, reflexes, and durability. And for some reason, maybe it's due to how her cells work, she can live for a very long time. Like, Mystique is at least over 100 years old. And with her abilities, Mystique has lived a very complicated yet interesting life. She once posed as an English detective, which eventually inspired the stories of Sherlock Holmes. So if you ever happen to read the Sherlock Holmes comics that came from Marvel, that's technically Mystique. She became a mutant terrorist for the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants led by Magneto. She was the biological and adopted mother of the X-Men Nightcrawler and Rogue. Like, shoot, at one point she was even an X-Man. Mystique was an assassin, she was a liberator, she was a murderer, then she went back to being a hero. Like, her life resembled her powers, whatever she wants it to be. But let's talk about Mystique's romantic relationships, because I love love and I love to talk about it. In the comics, Mystique is bisexual, and she had a bunch of serious relationships with the likes of Wolverine, Sabretooth, and even Deadpool at one point. But Mystique's heart truly belonged to one person, Destiny, and she loved Destiny more than anything. She would never betray her. In fact, Mystique had Nightcrawler with Destiny. See, now I gotta explain it. Mystique made herself into a biological male so that her and Destiny could have a child. So that means Mystique is technically Nightcrawler's biological father. Yeah, Mystique shapeshifting is no joke. So now let's talk about our answers to the random question: if Mystique took the form of someone close to you and you needed to figure out who, how do you do it? Personally, I would ask very specific questions, like my wife and I come up with a scenario in case one of us is replaced with a doppelganger. We worry about these kind of things. We ask each other a question about a specific moment in our lives that only we know the answers to, like no one else in my life knows this thing about me. So if I'm worried that my wife has been replaced with a doppelganger, I'll simply ask her, hey, what is the answer to my question? So one, she has to know what the question is, and she has to know the answer to it. So Mystique is getting found out. But you're probably wondering, Alex, what if you do expose Mystique and she tries to beat you up? I honestly don't have a plan for that, so I'm just gonna have to get beat up. But what do you think of Mystique? Where does she rank in your favorite superhero character list? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, go ahead and hit the like button, and then be on the lookout for tomorrow's video where I talk about Mother Nature herself, Poison Ivy. And if you missed my previous video talking about John Constantine, go ahead and click on the box right here, and I'll see you in a bit.